Life-saving cards. Suppose that you're traveling with a treasure hunting group in a pyramid. At the entrance, you notice some carved symbols that look like cards. You think they might be helpful, so you ask the leader to stop and analyze them. "We are in a hurry," the leader said. "You have only 60 seconds." 60 seconds? That's okay. You focused on memorizing all of them and their position numbers. Later, the whole party goes inside the pyramid and finds a huge vault of gold easily. Everything goes well till they carry the big bags of gold to the main hall. The floor shakes violently, making the stone tiles turn upside down, revealing the card-like symbols engraved on them. "Ouch!" the leader exclaimed. The stone he steps on is a trap. Luckily, someone grabs it, but his bag of gold falls into the hole, which is full of spikes. That was dangerous. To find out which stones were safe, they threw bags of gold on the floor. When they run out of bags, you figure out that the safe stone contains the symbol at the entrance. "I'm sorry," the leader said. "You are the only person who noticed those cards. Now everyone's life is in your hands. Do you remember them? Let's mark the card you have memorized to create a safe passage for your team. Their life depends on you." How did you do? In my experience, most people give up early at the moment the leader says you have 60 seconds to remember the cards, and they skip the challenge. How to remember cards? In the past, I was impressed when watching memory recorders performing their ability to remember the decks of cards precisely. Someone could remember the entire 52 cards in just 21.19 seconds. I believe that they are gifted or have genius brains. In fact, most of them achieve that unbelievable skill by practicing memory techniques. What if you could do the same? Actually, you don't have to memorize the entire 52 cards in the deck. Just 16 or 8 cards will be enough to surprise people. Once again, the general principle to memorizing something quickly is that you must make it memorable before asking the brain to remember it. The cards are no exception. You can turn them into images and make up a funny story, like what we did with numbers. So, besides a memory system of number pictures, we have to spend years drawing to invent another one called card pictures? Well, that's not necessary. If you think of the ace, jack, queen, king as 1, 11, 12, 13, then you can turn any card into a number quickly. The problem now is how to handle the suits: diamonds, hearts, spades, and clubs. As you see in the picture above, you can draw the spades suit from number 1, hearts from number 2, clubs from number 3, and diamonds from number 4. Now we can convert any card into numbers easily. With this convention, the essence of memorizing the first 8 cards is to remember this sequence: 33, 93, 74, 24, 41, 52, 83, 63. If you have mastered memorizing long numbers, then this task will be effortless for you. Now try to make a funny story to remember the sequence of numbers represents for the first 8 cards. The rest of the cards will become 101, 112, 102, 121, 14, 134, 113, 32. Now you can see there are a few 3-digit numbers. If you have read the special anchors in the previous chapter, you already have the anchors for them. Now try to make another funny story from 101 Dalmatians, 112 Swordfish, 102 Ostrich, 121 Sportsman, 14 Boat, 134 Magic Wand, 113 Police, 32 Leaf. If you do that, I believe you can memorize all 16 cards quickly. Now come back to the first challenge in this chapter and see whether you can draw the safe passage for your party or not. The answer is somewhere in this chapter. A quick tip: If you don't want to mess up with the larger numbers and want to use only 100 Numagician anchors in this book, there is a trick. Because we just numbered the suits from 1 to 4, so there are still many available anchors for those cards. You can make another convention for the court cards like King, Queen, Jack, and every card with the number 10 to convert them into numbers. For example, I could consider Jack as 5, Queen as 6, King as 7, and every card with 10 as number 0. Then I can use the numbers below to represent them. Suppose you feel that the first 50 Numagician anchors are easier to remember. In that case, you can use the reversed numbers like in the pictures below. Of course, the numbers represented for the court cards should be reversed too. In this case, you might find it's easier to remember them. In summary, to memorize cards, you need to make some conventions to convert cards into numbers. Then use the Numagician anchors to learn them. Over time, when you look at any card, an image will appear quickly. Note, there are many ways of remembering cards, but use the way that suits you best. The most important thing to get the best result is to stick with the way you chose. The Matrix of Anchors. Let the story of the pyramid expedition continue. Suppose that you have memorized all the cards precisely and helped your party get out of the hall safely. When you get to the front gate, a sphinx is waiting there already. His roar makes everyone sweat. "What is your riddle?" the leader calmly asks. "Huh? The riddles are outdated. You can find the answer in any children's book," the Sphinx says. "Who has the best memory in this group?" "All eyes are on you. The one who has the memory of a wizard. The one who saved the whole party from the last challenge." "Okay," he said. "What challenge do you have for me?" "It will be pretty easy," the Sphinx says. First, everyone please throw all of your belongings on the ground now." Everybody does. Now, in front of your eyes, there is a matrix of objects. You guess that the Sphinx will force you to memorize their positions and change something while you turn away. You have to hurry up and remember them as quickly as possible. "Very well," said the Sphinx. "Now watch." He grabs the camera and takes a picture of the rest of the objects on the ground. Next, he flaps his wings to make everything messy. Now you have 10 minutes to reorganize everything to its original orders, laughed the Sphinx. "If you can't do that, all of you will become my dinner. Now I'm going to prepare a hot pot for you." After that, the Sphinx flies away, leaving the group standing in a daze. No one can remember the position of anything. Once again, their lives depend on your super memory. Do you remember any of the objects? Please fill in the blanks and save them. Memorize objects' positions. Well, you might think that memory anchors make a list of objects more memorable, but how about their positions? With the tricks in this book, anything is possible. There are two ways for you to do this. The first method, mother and child. With this strategy, you need to identify the most striking objects and remember their positions. Next, you consider them as memory anchors and associate them with nearby objects. For example, let's choose the shovel in the upper left corner as a memory anchor. Imagine that you are holding a shovel, one side hanging a backpack, the other side hanging a first aid box with a hat inside. I believe now you could remember the first 4 objects in the upper left corner. Just do that, and you will memorize all the other 4 corners. The second method, matrix anchors. I prefer this way. It helps you memorize any object's position in front of your eyes. It's also an exciting application of Numagician anchors. First, imagine each object is like a chess piece, placed somewhere on a chessboard in front of you. Then, you number the cells on that board as shown below. Now you can easily associate the object with its cell number. In this way, you will both remember the objects and their positions. Besides, you may realize that when the number of objects increases, numbering the cells in that order could cause you trouble memorizing the position. In that case, you can number the cells in a matrix model. It will be easier to locate